Welcome to the Deep Dive, where we try to cut through the noise and get straight to the insights that really help you stay well informed. Today, we're plunging into a topic that's, it's fundamentally reshaping modern education, how artificial intelligence is empowering students. And specifically, we're talking about Google's powerful new tool, Gemini. Okay, so let's unpack this a little. For many students, I imagine the idea of an AI research assistant might sound like something straight out of a sci-fi movie, maybe. But Gemini isn't just some concept. It's a very real, incredibly versatile tool that actually launched just last December. Our mission today really is to give you a comprehensive roadmap. We'll explore its, astonishing capabilities, reveal the tangible benefits it offers you, and crucially, arm you with the strategies to use it effectively and, importantly, ethically to truly elevate your academic journey.
Indeed. And Gemini, developed by Google, it really represents a significant leap forward. It's not just another chatbot. It's what's called a multimodal AI model. Now, what that means, basically, is it can seamlessly process and understand information across various formats. We're talking text, voice, images, and even videos. Just imagine the power of an assistant that can not only read complex academic papers, but also interpret data visualizations, maybe listen to a lecture, or analyze a scientific video. As our source material highlights, this isn't just about making tasks easier, it's about fundamentally transforming how you approach research and learning. And importantly, democratizing access to knowledge, especially for students who might otherwise face, resource limitations.
That sounds truly revolutionary. So,
Yeah.
okay, for students sitting at their desk, maybe wondering, how does this cutting-edge AI actually do what it does? What makes it stand out as a research assistant that's, genuinely game-changing for academic pursuits?
Well, what's fascinating here is precisely its ability to integrate and handle these multiple data types. And it does it in a way that feels incredibly intuitive. Let's take, say, a biology student researching the impact of microplastics on marine ecosystems. They could upload a series of scientific articles, maybe input data tables from different studies, and even point Gemini to educational videos explaining complex biological processes. Gemini can then summarize these diverse sources, generate explanatory diagrams based on the text, even pull out key statistical trends from the data, all while keeping the broader context of the student's query in mind. It's like a comprehensive information broker that goes way beyond simple keyword searches.
So it's not just finding information, but actively synthesizing it across different formats. That sounds like a massive time saver.
Yeah.
I also saw something mentioned about a deep research feature. How does that fit in?
Exactly. That deep research capability is particularly potent. Instead of you having to sift through endless search results, Gemini can autonomously explore the web, identifying relevant academic sources, synthesizing vast amounts of information, and then presenting it back to you in clear, structured summaries, often complete with citations where appropriate. And this isn't just a basic summary, it's an intelligent aggregation of diverse viewpoints and data points, structured specifically to answer your research question. This alone can drastically cut down that initial literature review time. It lets you pivot from being just an information gatherer to truly becoming a knowledge creator, maybe spending more time on, say, interdisciplinary synthesis or developing your own unique methodologies, things that were previously constrained by just tedious initial research.
Okay, here's where it gets really interesting for me. It's not just about what it can find or summarize, but how it integrates with, like, a student's existing digital life. That seamless connection with other tools sounds absolutely key.
Absolutely. Gemini integrates really smoothly with the Google Workspace ecosystem, so think docs, sheets, and slides. This creates a really fluid digital environment that facilitates, everything from initial brainstorming right through to the final presentation. Imagine a marketing student drafting a campaign proposal. They could use Gemini right within Docs to brainstorm some innovative slogans, then maybe switch over to Sheets to analyze demographic data, and finally have Gemini generate some initial slides with visualizations for their presentation, all without ever leaving that Google ecosystem.
That's efficient.
Very. Or consider a social sciences student. Gemini could generate some basic Python code for demographic data analysis. This lowers the barrier, for students without extensive programming experience to engage in pretty sophisticated data interpretation and visualization. It helps turn raw numbers into compelling narratives. And for a humanities student, it might offer structural suggestions for a critical essay, maybe ensuring a logical flow of arguments. This interoperability really allows students to work much more efficiently within their existing digital setups, taking complex ideas from conception to a polished output.
So Okay, beyond the impressive tech itself, what are the tangible benefits for a student using Gemini day to day? How does this actually improve their academic life in concrete ways?
The benefits are quite clear, actually, and they align directly with the core needs of students today, addressing some long-standing academic pain points. Firstly, there's a really significant efficiency in research and task management. That's a big one. Gemini can accelerate those repetitive tasks that just consume so much student time. Things like initial source searching, summarizing long articles, proofreading, even generating grammatical corrections. This frees up potentially vast amounts of your time for deeper critical analysis, developing original arguments, and truly engaging with the subject matter. It sort of shifts the burden of those tedious administrative tasks, allowing your cognitive energy to be directed where it matters most, learning and critical thinking.
That makes a lot of sense.
Secondly, we see profound personalization of learning. This AI can adapt content to individual needs in a way that, frankly, a traditional textbook or lecture just cannot. It can generate simplified explanations for complex topics if you're struggling, or, conversely, provide more advanced, nuanced resources if you've already mastered the basics. Imagine you're grappling with a complex economic theory. Gemini could not only simplify it, but maybe generate a real-world case study from your local community. Or even a simulated market scenario you can interact with, making abstract concepts immediately tangible and relevant to your context.
Wow.
Yeah, so you can get tailor-made educational materials that specifically address your unique learning gaps or push your understanding further exactly when you need it.
And accessibility is mentioned, which I think is absolutely huge in today's educational landscape. That seems critical.
Precisely. With free or low-cost plans, like Google AI Pro, Gemini is designed to be accessible for a wide range of students, including those with limited financial resources. This promotes greater educational equity, ensuring that advanced research tools aren't just for those with, privileged access to expensive software or exclusive university subscriptions. It essentially puts a powerful research assistant in the hands of pretty much anyone with an internet connection, leveling the playing field quite significantly.
That's a powerful idea.
It really is. And it also offers truly impressive multidisciplinary support. So whether you're an engineering student needing to generate physics simulations, or maybe a history major working on translating historical texts, or even an art student researching the chemical composition of pigments for restoration, Gemini can adapt. It enriches your research by providing relevant information and tools regardless of your specific field of study. This cross-disciplinary capability is immense. It allows students to make connections and explore avenues they might not have thought possible before.
And, okay, what about those dreaded group projects, which I remember all too well? Can Gemini actually help with that often bumpy road of collaboration?
Absolutely, yes. For improved collaboration, Gemini can be a real asset in group projects. It can quickly propose initial ideas, help organize tasks by breaking down a large project into manageable steps, and even generate first drafts for various sections, providing a strong starting point for the team.
A starting point, not the whole thing.
Exactly. It can significantly smooth out that often bumpy road of group assignments, reducing initial friction and ensuring everyone has a clearer direction from the outset. Imagine a group tasked with, say, a presentation on urban planning. Gemini could rapidly generate initial frameworks for different sections, like a historical overview, an analysis of current infrastructure, future policy recommendations. This allows the group to immediately dive into refinement and critical discussion rather than just staring at a blank page. These advantages really position Gemini as a key tool for modernizing research, making students more autonomous and effective, both individually and collectively.
It sounds like a super powerful tool then. A genuine accelerant for academic work. But, with great power comes great responsibility, right?
Yeah.
So what are the key strategies students need to adopt to truly leverage Gemini effectively and ethically, and, importantly, avoid potential pitfalls?
That raises a really important question, and it's a critical one. The source emphasizes that maximizing Gemini's potential requires a very strategic, very conscious approach. First and foremost, you absolutely must formulate precise queries. Think of it almost as an art form. Using clear, specific, and well-structured prompts will yield far, far better results than vague questions. For example, instead of just asking, "Tell me about AI," you might ask? Provide a 200-word summary of recent research on artificial intelligence applications in personalized education, focusing on ethical considerations discussed in peer-reviewed journals since 2022.
Right. Specificity is key.
Exactly. Precision in your input leads directly to precision in the AI's output. It's about learning to speak the AI's language effectively.
So garbage in, garbage out still applies, even with an advanced AI.
Essentially, yes, the principle holds true, though the garbage can be more subtle sometimes. And critically, you must always, always verify information. AI, like any tool, can make mistakes. It can hallucinate facts, as they call it, or generate information that, while sounding plausible, is factually wrong or contains biases from its training data.
Okay.
So always contrast Gemini's outputs with primary sources, reputable academic databases, diverse viewpoints. You need to ensure accuracy and avoid those potential inaccuracies. Never just take its word as final truth without cross-referencing.
That's crucial.
Absolutely. Another vital strategy is to use Gemini as support, not as a replacement. Employ it to brainstorm initial ideas, generate different perspectives, outline project structures, or maybe clarify complex concepts. That's all great. But the critical development of your own arguments, your insights, your unique voice, that must always remain your responsibility. It's there to augment your brainpower, not to do the thinking for you. It's a fantastic thought partner, maybe, but the final original thought should be yours.
So it's definitely a co-pilot, not an autopilot. You're still in the cockpit making the ultimate decision.
Exactly. You're the captain. That's a perfect analogy. Also, it's highly effective to integrate Gemini with other tools. Don't use it in isolation. Combine its capabilities with resources like Google Scholar for accessing academic papers, or reference managers like Zotero or Mendeley to manage your citations and optimize your workflow. This creates a more robust, streamlined research system. For instance, using Gemini to summarize an article you found via Google Scholar, and then immediately importing that source data into your reference manager that drastically cuts down on tedious administrative tasks.
Makes sense.
And finally, don't shy away from exploring its advanced functions. Leverage things like Gemini Live for spoken queries, where you can literally converse with the AI to refine your research questions or get real-time explanations. It's quite interactive. Or explore its image analysis capabilities, maybe to interpret scientific graphs, identify patterns in visual data, or even understand historical artwork. These features can unlock entirely new dimensions of research and provide insights you might not get from just text alone. It's about pushing the boundaries of what you can achieve with the tool.
Right, getting the most out of it.
Exactly. And it's this kind of advanced application that really underscores the importance of what we need to discuss next, the critical strategies for leveraging Gemini responsibly.
That is a crucial point.
Yeah.
So diving into that responsibility side, this all sounds incredibly powerful with immense potential. But well, no tool is perfect, right? And certainly not one as complex as AI. What are the potential challenges or risks students really need to be aware of when using Gemini?
Yeah. While incredibly advantageous, there are several important challenges that need to be carefully addressed. One major concern, as we sort of touched upon, is the risk of inaccuracies. AI models, just by their nature, can sometimes generate erroneous information or even subtly biased content that reflects the vast and sometimes imperfect data sets they were trained on. And this isn't just about small factual errors. It can be about what information gets prioritized, what viewpoints are amplified, or what critical context might be inadvertently left out. This requires constant verification on your part, as we discussed. It really underlines the non-negotiable need for critical thinking. You can't switch that off.
Absolutely.
Then there's the very real risk of excessive dependence. The sheer ease of use, the convenience of having this instant answer machine, it could lead some students to delegate critical tasks to the AI that they really should be doing themselves to learn. This could negatively impact the development of their own analytical skills, their ability to synthesize information from scratch, their problem-solving abilities, even their capacity for original, independent thought. If you always lean on the AI for that first draft or outline, you might never fully develop your own structural thinking or unique argumentative style.
That's a scary thought, actually.
It is a concern, and of course a significant ethical issue that all academic institutions are grappling with right now is academic plagiarism. Misusing Gemini to generate entire assignments or substantial portions of them, and then presenting that as your own work that presents serious ethical risks. It compromises academic integrity, it undermines the entire learning process, and it can lead to severe consequences for students who aren't careful about how they attribute and cite any AI-assisted work. It
Yeah.
really blurs the line between human effort and machine generation in a way that can be very damaging.
Yeah, the lines are definitely blurring. What about technical limitations? Are there certain areas where it might struggle or where students could find themselves, hitting a wall?
Yes, there are definite technical limitations to keep in mind. While powerful, Gemini's precision in highly specialized or really cutting-edge queries can sometimes be limited. It might not grasp the incredibly nuanced context of very specific academic subfields, say, a highly niche area of medieval literature, or the absolute latest unpublished findings in quantum physics. Its knowledge base, while vast, does have a cutoff date, and it can sometimes lack that human intuition needed for truly groundbreaking exploratory research.
It doesn't think like a person.
Exactly. Also, access itself depends on having a stable internet connection, which unfortunately can exclude students in areas with poor connectivity. This creates a new form of digital divide, potentially, for those without reliable access to this powerful tool.
That's a really important point about equity.
It is. And finally, we must consider the broader implications around privacy and ethics, the handling of personal data that students input into these models, and the wider ethical framework for AI in education. These necessitate clear regulations. These policies are crucial to protect you as a user, to ensure data security, and to guide the responsible development and deployment of these powerful tools within educational settings. If we connect this to the bigger picture, addressing these challenges through robust educational policies, through comprehensive digital literacy training, it's fundamental for Gemini's sustainable and truly beneficial integration into academia. It's about empowering students without inadvertently creating a whole new set of problems.
So, okay, wrapping this up, what does this all mean for you, the student, trying to navigate this rapidly evolving academic landscape? Google's Gemini clearly represents a transformative opportunity. It's a versatile platform that can genuinely optimize your research, personalize your learning experience in ways we've never really seen before, and significantly boost your efficiency.
Absolutely. By integrating seamlessly with digital tools and, crucially, democratizing access to advanced resources, Gemini can not only improve individual academic performance, but also prepare you for a future where AI is just an ever-present force in both professional and personal life. However, as we've discussed in depth, its true success hinges entirely on ethical, critical, and complementary use. It's there to augment, not replace human effort and ingenuity. It's that powerful co-pilot we talked about, not the autopilot.
Right. And by adopting these smart strategies, by becoming a discerning master of this tool, not just a passive user, you can truly harness this technology for a more inclusive, innovative, and effective education. But here's a final thought for you to maybe mull over as you consider this new frontier of knowledge. As AI tools like Gemini become even more sophisticated, how will the very definition of research evolve for you? And what unique human skills, the critical thinking, the creativity, the empathy, what skills will truly set you apart and make you a master of knowledge in this new academic landscape? Thanks for joining us for this deep dive.